When you come to the word, you can see what I press on the right side. Use middle mouse to be closer or further. Hold the middle mouse, the center of the word will be fixed. Control and middle mouse, then you will have the effect of Dolly Camera, like this. When you press Shift and middle mouse, then the view of the word will follow you. By default, they give you camera, the light, and the cube. And you can see that on the right side, on the top. And press this, you will have X-ray mode. Another one is solid mode. Solid mode can turn on the X-ray mode as well. This one is material preview, but you can't turn on the X-ray and it's quite fake, but it's quicker than the render mode. Render is based on PBR, physical based render. It means it's quite realistic and more beautiful than the material preview. Of course, they have shortcuts. You can press Z, then you can see this. Move the material by press G, and if you press X, then it will moving by the X-axis. Press Y and Z, so on and so forth. It's the same. If you forgot the shortcut, then you can see by the left sidebar. R is the shortcut of rotating, and the same. You can press X, Y, Z axis to make it following. But actually, we will use shortcuts all the time, so I think you should remember them. And the most important ones are G, R, S to make it moving and scaling and rotating. S is scaling, and you can press X, Y, Z as well. And when you press them, it will follow them by the axis. If you don't want it anymore, then you can press Alt-R, Alt-G, Alt-S, then it will clearing all the transforming you just made. Annotate. You can draw some notes in the word. You can erasing it as well. Measurement. You can use it to measure the right angles, and by pressing Ctrl, then it will snapping to the right vertex. W is the shortcut of selecting, and it has various shapes. 4. And by pressing W, then you can change the shape you just have now. Each object has an origin. It's the yellow dot, which determines the location of the object in the 3D space. You will find if you didn't select the origin, which means the yellow dot, then you can't choose the object. You can hide the sidebar by pressing T. By pressing T, it will show up again. Now, let's summon Suzanne the monkey, the mysterious object in the Blender world. If you want to add any object, then pressing Shift and A. Let's add another object. Every modeling starts from a default cube. Even a monkey or a sphere, we can always transform the cube to anything. And I will show you in the next video. For now, I will show you some examples to explain the process of creating 3D objects, which means what you may do in the future and what's the workflow. You can change the name of the object by pressing F2 the word, or you can change the name on the right bars. And there is one thing I want to say. If we turn on the little arrow, so now we can see the arrows show up on the right side. And if you turn off it, then which means you can select it, which will be very convenient if you have hundreds of objects in the world. By turn off it, then you won't select the wrong thing you don't want to select. So we can open the arrow here, solid mode, then we will find sometimes we can't really see the object very clear because the shadow is not that clear. It's not the real material or texture. UV unwrapping. You can imagine you unwrap the skin of the object. If you make it better, then the texture will be easier, and I will show you in the future. For now, you don't need to follow all the orders now because I just show you the process of the workflow in the future. Finish this step, then we can go to the next step, which is texture. But I will skip the process because it's quite complicated and I just want to show you what we will do, but not how to do. And I recommend you can have a habit of making a collection now because it will make your objects more clear. Then in the future, if you make hundreds of objects, then you won't mess up. So it's a good habit. Do it now. And we can still turn off the arrow. Then if you press A, which means select all, then you will just select the things you want to select. Okay, so I just skip the process of texture. And I really think the process of texture in Blender is quite stressful. So actually, I prefer to do it in Substance Painter. Let's talk about camera. Press 0 on the numpad, then you will just go straight to the view of camera. Press 1, then it will show you the front. Press 3, then it will show you the side. Press 7, you will see the top, and press 9, then you will see the bottom. And if you press Ctrl and 1, then you will see the another side, which means the back. And press Ctrl and 3, then you will see the another side. Create another collection for them, which is texture. Press Shift A and right click, then you will have your 3D cursor. When you have 3D cursor here, then if you add any object, then the object will focus on the 3D cursor. It will show up there. Before stop this video, I think we should practice by creating something. So now we add some UV sphere and let's create another one. Another one. Make them all smaller. Can you imagine what's that? We can color them by simple press the little icon on the right side on the button. Press new, and for now you just need to go to the best color and choose a color you like, and then you can make some material to the object. And it's not a real texture. Let's try it before finished. It's alive!